Hello, YouTube. How are you? I am Marley Bird, and welcome to the Birds of a Feather production studio. I am streaming live today from Denver, Colorado, and I have
YouTube. How are
Oh!
you? I am Marley Bird, and welcome.
I
to
don't
the
know
Birds
why
of a
that
Feather
is
production
playing.
studio.
I need to pause
I
that.
am-
There we go. So now they don't have to hear me double up. Sorry, guys. I am joined today by my social media manager, Katelyn Moll, who has put together a wonderful list of knitting and crochet stocking stuffers. We put together this idea that we wanted to curate or collect different stocking stuffer size items that are great for knitters and crocheters. And so Katelyn took the bull by the horns, contacted all these companies. They sent her the stuff, and then she put it all together in a blog post for you to check out. So one thing that is really awesome about this is not only are you able to go to this blog post, see some amazing items that might be great for the knitter or crocheter in your life who has just about everything, but this is also a wonderful list for you to share with your loved ones who might not know what to get you. So without further ado, let's welcome Katelyn to the podcast. Hello, Katelyn. How are you?
Hey, Marley.
I guess I just said podcast. This isn't a podcast. This is just a live stream. I'm
That's
so
okay.
used to podcasts, 10 years of doing it and saying the same thing. It's kind of a habit.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks, right?
No, you can't. Now, my sound is okay, right? You can hear me?
I can hear you.
Perfect. And I want to make sure I'm on Facebook as well. I want to make sure they can hear me. I don't see anybody telling me they can't hear me, which is fantastic. So Katelyn, I'm glad you're here. This might be the first time that the YouTube fans have seen you. And just to give them a little background of who you are and what you do with my company, you have been with me now a little bit over a year, but
Yes.
you have been a fan for a longer time than that. Are you still a fan? I think that's a good question.
Yes, number one.
As she sits there with all the goodies around her. Yes, I'm a fan of Marley Birds. But you came on and really helped me tackle and structure my blog post, getting my YouTube channel up to speed and making sure I'm on task when it comes to getting all the videos out at least once a week. And you've been a great help to my little yarn sports team here. And so I want to say welcome and thank you for being part of it.
Well, thanks for having me. It's a lot of fun for everybody, I think.
Awesome. So I'm going to let you kind of take it away. Why don't you tell us where did the idea kind of come from for this? And then like, what was it like for you trying to contact all these companies and getting them to send you stuff? And I mean, was it like Christmas at your own house when you were opening all these presents?
Well, so, okay, let's start from the beginning. I wanted to do this idea because, we normally talk about Black Friday and kind of the deals that are going on and everything. And we had talked about switching gears for this year and really kind of helping people with their Christmas list. And every year in our family, we all come up with a list of kind of the items that we want, and then we kind of share them all around. And I struggle sometimes because I try to put things on my list that are cool, but I would never purchase for myself because either they're too expensive or I say, well, I already have something like that, so why do I need two of them? And kind of use it as my time to splurge. So there's a lot of products out there in the yarn industry that either people don't know about or, just don't always feel the need to splurge because they already have something like it. So I wanted to start pulling some things together so that everybody else could make their Christmas list and pass it along to people as gift ideas, or they can use it for Secret Santas or other friends in like their knitting groups or things like that.
I love this idea. And I know that when you asked me about it, you were like, what are some of the things that you like? What are some of the stuff that you'd like to see? And I mean, a couple of my items made the list, which was nice, but you put together a list of things that like, I didn't even know about. Like, I'm excited for you. I'm like, oh man, I should have gotten some of that.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, just kind of like poking around on the internet and seeing what cool things are out there, trying to follow different people and see what's out there so we could share it with everybody here.
Very cool. So tell us about it.
Okay, I don't even know where to begin, to be really honest, but let's just start with the box that's right here. So the first thing in my box is this really cool, I know it's going to be, it's probably not
It's hard to see. It's an etched glass.
Yes, it's an etched wine glass. I mean, look at the size of this wine glass. When I saw it in the picture online, I thought, oh, it's going to be one of those like wine tasting size wine glasses. Nope, it's like half a bottle wine glass.
I love it. It's Marley Bird size wine glass.
There you go, Marley Bird wine glass. It says on it, stitch a little, sip a little, and it's got 2 balls of yarn on it. And then on the one side, it's got a knitting needle and knit stitches, and the other side has a crochet hook and crochet stitches. So it really goes to both knitters and crocheters, and you don't have to drink wine in it. You could drink your juice, you could drink your soda, your water, whatever. It's just a pretty glass, you know. Or even if you don't want to use it for that, you could really take it and even make it like a pen jar or or something like that to set on your desk, and then you could grab things easily. I mean, it's big enough to support holding that kind of stuff. So
that is so cool. That would even be cute. Like, you know, I would say like at a yarn store, you know how usually they'll have the pens and it has like the flowers on them at the top,
yep.
But you could put like those really pretty rock kind of stone things in it and just have the flowers stick in there. I don't know. I think I look at that and I totally think of my old Stitch and Bitch group that I just loved going to. And we always had a Secret Santa sort of white elephant thing going on every year. And that would be such a cool gift to give.
Yeah, because you could also take it and like fill it up with like M&Ms or Hershey Kisses and then put like a little either tissue paper or, you know, like the cellophane wraps from like the Dollar Tree around it and then just give it as a gift that way. Yeah. Or you can put yarn inside of it and give it to them that way too. Yes,
I love that. And I love that it's for knitters and crocheters.
Yes. And we should mention this is from Interweave over on their store. And Interweave has been a great help to the podcast because they're the ones that are always usually providing us with the free copies of books to give away to people. And not all of the books, but most of the books usually end up coming from Interweave Publishing.
Yeah. Yeah. Interweave's always a big supporter of the podcast. It's really wonderful. Great. What's next?
Okay. So let's see. Next in my box is...
I only thought I would knit while we're talking, but now I'm obsessed with watching you.
So we all know that this time of year brings dry hands, and we have the Long Island Livestock Company send us some. Yes.
See, I got the big one. I
got 3 little ones.
Wow.
They have 3 different flavors. They have honey almond, they have coconut, and they have petals. And so the biggest thing for me about these is that my hands are chapped all the time, like not even through the summer. It's ridiculous. These are really great, and I'm so excited to use them and see how well they work like throughout the winter. But the smell of these is just amazing.
I know.
I say amazing because it smells good, but like petals. You think floral when you hear petals, and you can definitely smell like a lilac-y smell to it, but it's not something that's overpowering. It's not like everybody in the room is going to know that you've opened up your container of your lanolin.
Is that the salve or is that the honey butter?
Yes, no, this is the salve. So it's
I have the salve. I have the honey butter.
Oh, no, this is the salve. This is lanolin.
Honey butter. Body butter. Shepherdess body butter is what I have. I have the salve too. It's upstairs. Yeah. That stuff, I'm telling you.
It's lanolin, and you just kind of rub your fingers in it and then rub it on your hands. It's really great.
So here's the story behind that. So I love that company, Long Island Livestock. They're a great company. And they had a display or a booth at like one of the Stitches events. And I live in Colorado. And if you don't know, Colorado is really, really, really dry. And so my hands are constantly dry. And I'm always looking for a good lotion. And I never can find one that I really like because they all usually have a lot of water or alcohol or there's just something else in them. So I was walking by the Long Island Livestock booth and, you know, I'm there for yarn and I see this lotion and I'm like, why are these? Okay, I'll give it a try. So I put some on, right? And I put it on. You can see right here, like my hands look a little bit greasy, right? They look a little bit whatever. So I put it on. I'm thinking to myself, this is terrible. Like I'm never going to be able to knit with my hands like this, right? So I was like, oh, okay, thank you. And I walked away and I started walking down the booths a little bit and I forgot about my hands, you know, in the sense like I forgot what they were doing. About 5 minutes later, my hands felt so incredibly soft. The greasiness was gone. And like, I didn't have any sort of chappedness around my nails. It was awesome. So then I went back to the booth. I'm like, okay, you gotta tell me more about this lotion because this is amazing. Like this, it was the body butter, and they told me the girl that owns Long Island Livestock actually shears sheep, and so it has lanolin. So here's what's great about this, guys. The very first element or ingredient in this is lanolin. It's lanolin, then coconut butter, and then water, and then moringa oil. And then almond oil. I mean, so there's no alcohol. Like it's all the good stuff that you can't find like at the grocery store or whatever. Like I'm telling you, worth every penny. My dad has eczema, and I got him all that salve that you have for Christmas last year. I bought him 6 jar things of it. And he told me this year, he's like, you're getting me some more of that, right? Because he loves it. It's the only thing that really works on his hands. So if that's not a testimonial, I don't know what is. Like, I love this stuff. Love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, it's really great, and I can't wait. I know I'm going to be putting it on my hands at night before I go to bed because for me, the hard part is I have to wash my hands all the time. I've got 2 young kids, so I'm constantly washing my hands. They're so chapped, so I'm excited to like lather up at night and let it do its magic.
It feels so good, girlfriend. It feels so good. I'm so glad that you got some because it's so good. Oh, yeah. Okay. So what's next?
Okay. So next we have.
Pause for a second. I want to tell everybody, because I don't know if I mentioned it in the video description box, you guys, I did put a link to the actual blog post with all of these items. So if you're like, where can I buy this? If you go to the blog post, there's a link for every person. So that way you can buy all of this stuff. Okay. All right. So go ahead, Katelyn.
And there's images of the products we're talking about. So you'll know which one goes
perfect
with which. Okay, so the next one is from I Love Handles, and this is called the wrist ruler. So first of all, it's really cute. It comes in a little tin. But the cool thing is that what this is it's a leather bracelet that is a ruler. And so you wrap this around your wrist twice, and then, oops. And then you snap it together, and then you can just wear it like this. And then when you need it, you take it off. You can measure your gauge. You can measure how long your stuff is. So it's functional and kind of cool to wear. So
yeah, super stylish.
Yeah.
I could see even like seamstresses using that. Like,
and so some of these, like the first 2 really, well, okay, maybe not the first one, but like the salve, that's not just for yarn lovers.
Yeah.
So you can go for other people too in your lives that you're thinking about, but still they pertain back to here. And I love that it has a tin that you just kind of curl it up and keep it in.
Yeah.
The note about this one is they are giving, wait, let me double check what they're giving here. Oh no, I should have been more prepared for this. Sorry guys. Well, I'll keep pulling this down. But anyway, so this tin here, you purchase it in inches. So my wrist size is 7, so I got a size 15 or a 15-inch one because they recommend going. So you take your wrist size, you double it because it goes around twice, and then you add about another inch because of the closure that has to go on it, so that you have enough wiggle room for what's going on.
Yeah, so, that makes sense.
Okay, so it's 20% off. I just wanted to double check. So for Marley Bird followers only, if you go over to the blog post, you'll see the code to use to get 20% off your own wrist ruler, and that expires on January 31st.
Oh, good. So it's even through Christmas.
Yep. So if you don't get it for Christmas, you still have time after Christmas with any kind of money you get or whatever else. So that's great. 20% off of these.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I love that you can customize the size because I have a big wrist. I mean, you say you're a 7, I'm a size 8 wrist. Right. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. So the next thing, now this is one of the things that I was really excited about. Not that I wasn't excited about everything, but a little side note is knitting and crochet is a big hobby of mine, something I love, I'm very passionate about. But beyond that, I'm really passionate about jewelry making. And I love beads and wire and everything else. And over at Wire and Wool, they have these amazing necklaces. And they all come with one stitch marker, and you just kind of twist it around the wire and pull it off. And now you have a stitch marker to put on your knitting that is beautiful.
It is so pretty.
And then you can just attach them all onto here. And then you can wear it as a necklace. So they have like this design. This is the teardrop. And they also have this design, which I forget what this one's called, but it has like a nice little curly Q here at the top. And then,
oh my gosh, I so want that.
And then you can purchase additional stitch markers that will match whatever color you picked out.
Oh my god.
And then you can just keep stacking these on. And so then you have like a cluster of them hanging down here to make this really beautiful pendant that you can just wear. Like, I'm going to wear mine probably like every day, and not even just when I'm knitting. But there's all different colors and all different styles that you can pick from.
Oh my gosh, it's so pretty.
And I think like this little one here that I showed you, I think this said that it can hold up to 12 stitch markers on it.
Oh, wow. That is so pretty. Now I'm going to ask you, because this is the first thing I would do. I see that it's a wire wrap. Does it poke at all, or does it, no?
It's all bent under. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's all bent under here. So there's nothing that pokes you. This one sticks out a little bit more than the other one, but it's nothing. I would not be worried about wearing this or anything like that. But it's just enough to hold it so that as you come through, it gives you the resistance, so it's not going to fall off, but it's not going to poke you in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, that is the coolest thing.
They all have the adjustable clasp at the back. So, I forget, I think this is like a 36-inch maybe. Or maybe that's the full length. I don't know, but you can get at least like 2 more inches out of the adjustable chain here. That's on the end of it.
I love that. I love that so very much.
Yeah, and too, like you could, if you really wanted to, you could wrap it around your wrist a bunch of times if you wanted to, and then have that hanging. I don't know if you'd want to do that, but you could hang it onto like a bag or something if you needed to. But I think,
you know what? I'm looking at that and I'm thinking of like being on the airplane, how I don't have to like bend over and search through my bag for all my stitch markers.
Right here, and you can just slide it off, put it on your needle, put it back on when you're done.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
They are giving 10% off of all of their jewelry. So they have these that have the stitch markers on it, but they also have just like regular necklaces and a couple other things. So go check them out, Wire and Wool. The link is on the blog post. They're giving 10% off, I think, until the end of the year. But all the information is in the blog post, so you can find it.
Oh, that is cool. Oh my gosh. All right, raise of hands. How many of you that are watching live are going to go and get yourself one of those jewelry things? Because I'm like, I'm all mental note, check. I totally want one of those. That is so cool. I'm like you. I love jewelry and wires and all of that. I'm just not nearly as good as you are. Like, you're amazing. But I mean, I like to play with it and have fun with it. That is so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, really cool. Okay, so the next one, I kind of grouped these all together because they all come from Clover, which is an amazing company. You can find them at like your local Joann's or Michael's or whatever else. We've also put some links on there where you can buy things. But they sent me like just a bunch of the accessories that they have. Like, for instance, they have a row counter that you just click on the top and it keeps track of your rows. They've got a plethora of stitch markers, removable stitch markers to use for crocheting. You can also use them for knitting. If you just kind of close them up, you can slide them on too. But I've never seen these before. They're just another different look, quick locking stitch markers. I've never used these. These are my go-to. I use these all the time. I love these so, so much. And just a side note, if you're ever using these locking stitch markers, when you're not using them, you want them open like this, just how they come in the package, because if you keep them closed, they won't have their ability to stay closed as well over time. So just side note. They also have tapestry needles, and then they have a cute little case that they come in that you just stick them in. I have one of these, and I put all of my needles in, not just the ones that came in it. It's like my big, yep, I have a blue one too. Yep, exactly it. They have bobbins. So we've done a video tutorial with Ann Burke about making the yarn bobbins or yarn butterflies. But if you don't feel confident with that, or you have small amounts of yarn and you can't do it very well, these are super great. For small amounts of yarn. I don't know how much you'd be able to put on depending on what your project is. It's a small amount though. So these are also really great. These allow you to attach this to your project. Sorry, trying to not have a glare on it. You attach it to your project, and then like a locking stitch marker, and then in the bottom you can stick like a piece of paper in there or the yarn ball or whatever so that you can keep track of what you are doing. They have threaders for when you're going to do your finishing to stick things through. They've got these really cool fork blocking pins. So they're not like T-pins. They are like U-shaped. And I thought those were pretty cool. I've never used that before. And they also have marking pins, which allow you to hold two pieces together when you're doing like sleeves or whatever. And this was really cool. It is a yarn cutter, but it's not scissors. So you can take this on the airplane, no problem.
No, you can't.
Oh, you can't?
No. I got mine taken away. They said because you can take it apart and it's a blade inside, that was considered you can't take that on the plane. So yeah.
Okay, never mind. Don't listen to me. Yeah. Don't take this on the plane or you'll lose it.
Yes. I know. That was my thought too, was like I could totally take that on the plane because it's not scissors. Yeah. Nope, they totally take that away. The best thing to take on the plane is a pair of school scissors, like kids' school scissors. I mean, some blunt tip ones, you know, because they don't take those away. You can have like 5 of them in your bag. Trust me, I have, and they don't take them away.
That's cool. But so yeah, that was really neat. I thought that was cool for knitters. So that was Clover. They have a lot of great stuff. Speaking of blocking and those U-shaped wires, let me jump to this one. This is Fiber Dreams. I don't know if you can see that very well.
Those are my go-to blocking wires.
Yeah, this is a blocking wire kit. And we are giving one of these away. So head over to the blog.
So cool. Oh, you guys totally want this. Like if you're making shawls and stuff, you totally want this.
Yep. And so inside, I don't know how well you'll see, it's this really long tube for your blocking wires. But it comes in different sizes. Like you've got really thin ones here. You've got some thicker ones here, but they're all really flexible so that you can change or move your lace shawls or projects into the right shape. And then it really helps the lace open up while you're blocking it. They were gracious enough to give us one of these kits to give away. So you have to go over to the blog. You have a week to enter. Next Friday is the end of it. So we'll probably be picking the winner the following week then, like Monday-ish, around there. But you have until next Friday the 8th to enter. Just head over to the blog, look for their image, their little blurb on this post, and you'll see all the instructions for how to enter to win these. So those are really, really cool.
Those are so great. Did you know that the girl that designed those, her and her husband, she is a knitwear designer and she designs a lot of shawls. And so this was like see a need, fill a need sort of thing. And so she is fantastic. Yeah. And those are Fiber Dreams lace block. I have those. Like I'm giving full testimonial. They are fantastic.
Yeah. I really like them. I can't wait to get using them. I mean, I don't do a whole ton of lace stuff, but when I do, that's going to make it so much easier because right now I'm using T-pins like all over the place.
Oh, gosh.
Who are we kidding?
It's going to rock your world.
Okay, so next in the box, this is a mini flip light. So it has a little clip on the back so that you can clip it onto your shirt maybe, or your bag, or wherever you want to. And then you just flip it up like this. And without like trying to blind everybody, there's these little dots inside that are the lights, and they just turn on and off as you close it. So it's really cool. And surprise, surprise, we're giving away 5 of these.
5?
5.
I'm totally
gracious enough to give us 5 to give away. Again, head over to the blog. You'll see where to enter them. And just a reminder, there are a couple different giveaways that we have going on. So you need to look for the section that is talking about the Light and use the wrap section. It'll say giveaway for Light or whatever. It says what it is. So just make sure that you're entering in the right place when you go to do it.
All right. So Katelyn, I'm getting a little bit of feedback from your end.
Do you want me to try to plug in headphones?
I don't know.
Can you still hear me now?
I can hear you.
But it's still giving
but I can hear me too. That's the problem. So maybe I just don't talk. This is the Marley Bird YouTube channel. Marley, don't talk. No, you're totally cool. So the Oddlight thing, they sent me a wonderful Oddlight too. I had a blue one from the last time they were on the podcast, and my daughter stole it. She uses it to read at night. I was like, really, Alora, that's mine. But so I got a new one. I'm excited, and I'm so thrilled that they're giving away 5 of them. And if you missed what Katelyn just said, she said that we have a lot of different giveaways. Some of the people that gave us stuff, they're doing like you get a giveaway. Some of them gave coupons. Like it's all over the place. So depending on what's going on, look at the blog post, follow the instructions for each item as it goes through, and you'll find out where you want to enter for the various items. Okay, so make sure that you are following the instructions written on the blog post. The blog post link has been placed in the video description box, both on YouTube and on Facebook. So make sure you check those out. And Katelyn, what's next?
Okay, so next we have Athenas Elements. I don't know if you've heard about them, but they're this cute little company, and they make these wonderful crochet cases. So it's this button closure, and then you open it up, and you have your nice little pocket that you can put your notions in, your scissors, any kind of thing like that. And then you lift the flap, and you can put your crochet hooks in here. And it keeps them nice and organized, and you can see what's going on. And they're padded slightly, so you're not going to bang up your hooks. You're not going to hear them jingling around because they're staying in place in the case. So they have all different colors. This is their turquoise one. They have a blue one. I think they have a pink one. I'm not sure what other colors they have, but it's all on their website. Now, they can only be purchased on Amazon. So you will need to go to the blog post. You can get the link there for everything for what they're doing, but they are an Amazon only company, just so you know. So you will get free shipping if you're a Prime member. They are included in free shipping for Prime. And they also have other little goodies there like scissors and seam rippers and things like that that you can take a look at too.
Cool.
So they were also kind enough, though, they're featured twice in this blog post because they have another case. So the last one I showed you was the fabric case. This one is fabric, and it's slightly padded, and it comes empty. There's nothing in it. Those hooks in there were my hooks, just to show you. This comes empty. So this, I feel, is more for somebody who already has their set of hooks, just needs a way to organize them and carry them.
Okay.
This is like the deluxe, whatever you want to call it. It comes stocked. So you have scissors here, and then you have all your crochet hooks. Oh, one of them is out because I was testing it out, just so everybody knows it actually comes in there, so don't worry. And, well, I had to make sure it was a quality product, right?
I understand.
And then in here they have stitch markers, tapestry needles, stitch holders, a row counter, a tape measure, everything you would need. It all comes right in here. Now, you can get the fabric case in a deluxe version, which comes with everything that you just saw in here, but in the fabric version as well, or you can get it in this hard case, but it's a deluxe. So this would be great for a beginner or somebody you know who wants to learn. This would be perfect for them.
Yeah, give them that, and then like a written out card with the Marley Bird YouTube channel.
Yeah, and these are the hooks that are in it. Here was the missing one. They have this really nice rubber handle to them, so they're much more like ergonomical than just a plain aluminum wire. But the top is the metal, and it is the tapered hook. It is not an inline hook.
Okay, cool.
In case anybody.
Yeah, because that was going to be my question. It really was.
So moving along, we were just talking about shawls and things like that. Jewel Designs.
Oh, I love.
This great little shop that they make shawl pins. And so you can get a shawl pin like this, or you can get a shawl stick. And right now on their website, they are giving this specific shawl pin, which is the Celtic Knot, which the link is on the blog post, for 10% off to Marley Bird followers. So the code is on there, and only this specific one is the 10% off. But I really think this is beautiful. You can see all the work in there. So it's a metal pin here, and then a wood ring for the shawl pin.
I love it. And I want to say with the Jewel Designs, they do more than just shawl pins too. They do great accessory stuff for bags. Like if you are a bag aficionado and like to make and crochet or knit a lot of bags, they make really wonderful handles and fixtures and like different buckles and like just amazing stuff. I love it when I get to go by their booth at TNA and see all the wonderful items they have. I mean, seriously, they are some of the most gorgeous and well put together items ever. So you definitely want to go check out Jewel Designs, and it's spelled Jul Designs. Fantastic. And you know what? If you are making shawls, and everybody is making shawls, you guys, this is a great little thing to get. How much is off? 10% off?
10% off, yeah.
That's good. I mean, that's really good.
Great to give to people who are making a lot of shawls that they can use, or if you make a shawl for somebody, get an extra pin with them so that they can tie it together, because there's so many ways you can wear a shawl, and the pin just really helps it kind of from falling off while somebody's wearing it.
Absolutely. I love it. Awesome. All right. What's next? I'm glad that she got back in touch with you because she's, I mean, she's very kind, but I mean, her items are amazing.
Yes. Yeah, I'm really impressed with the quality of what they are.
Yeah, you can tell, right? Like it is good quality stuff.
Yep. Good. So next on out of my box is the Knitter's Pride knit blockers. So we're going back to blocking now, and so you had your blocking wires, and they're still important. I'm not saying don't buy those or anything like that, but instead of using T-pins, you can use these cool combs. I don't know what you want to call them.
Like multi-pins?
They're called blockers with pins.
Yeah. It just makes it easier so you're not doing individual.
Right. So instead of doing 4 individual T-pins, I can do this all at once, pull the wire back and stick it in so that it stays in the straight line, as opposed to when you do it individually, you have a hard time. So it comes with, let me just make sure I get this right. It comes with 8 of these that have just the 4 pins, and it comes with 12 with 8 pins.
I love it. I love it. And you can absolutely use those with the blocking wires. Like put the blocking wire through your fabric first. And then, as you just said, pull the wire with the pins and hold the wire. Because that will, that's the way I do it. It's awesome.
And they come in this nice little case. It's a plastic case, and they just kind of stick in there. There's like foam in there or something. And then it has a nice little lid to keep it all organized and compact.
That's great.
So also speaking about blocking, when you start using natural fibers, you want to block it, like Sheep Sheep by Marley Bird.
Good plug. Good plug. That's why we pay you the big bucks.
You'll want to soak your products and get them wet before you block it. So Allure Fiber Wash gave us some samples. They have 3 different flavors, or whatever you want to call them. They have fragrance free, they have Woolland Mist, and they have Prairie Breeze. These are really great. They smell wonderful. I can't wait to start giving everything that I own a bath in these and make them all smell good. But so they gave me the sample kit, which comes with all 3 of them in small bottle forms, where you can buy just one individually in a bigger bottle form. But again, those links are all in the blog post. And also there's a link. They were actually on the podcast a little while ago, a year or 2 ago, maybe, talking about this. I mean, that story was amazing. The lady who created this, she used to work for what, Clorox?
No, she was the head of research and development for OxyClean.
OxyClean, that was it.
She made OxyClean.
This, so.
Yep, I got to pick those scents. Did you know that?
Cool.
Yeah, because the company that owns Allure Fiber Wash is Bijou Basin Ranch, who I used to be their creative director. So I helped choose those scents. Like those are my favorite scents. Those are awesome.
They're really great. So.
Aren't they great? I love it. Yeah. So if you haven't heard that podcast, it's only available in audio. And Eileen came over to the house as we did it. But it's. Did you add a link then to the post?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. You should totally, it's fascinating. The stuff that she's done is, I mean, she's a chemist, and it's just, she made OxyClean, you guys. She made it. Like, she did it. It's amazing. Like Banaka, didn't she do like Banaka? And I don't know. It's crazy. The stuff, she's amazing. She's amazing. Yeah, totally good podcast.
Yeah. So, okay. So next we have a color wheel. This is from Knitter's Pride. I mean, I'm sure you can find color wheels in all different places, but you're not going to find them like this. The cool thing about this, if you can see, there's these little windows here, and you can actually take this, if I can open it, and you put it on top of your yarn. This is way more complicated than I remember when I opened it. So you take this and you put it over your yarn. So I have this that I'm working with, and you can try to match it up best to what it fits with. And then each of these has 5, 6 different colors. So you match whichever one is the closest. And then you can use the instruction booklet in here to figure out which color to go with. And then, so once you find it, so say I want, you know, this blue down here, I can put yarn in the window until it matches close enough to that I'm happy with it. And the cool thing about this, if you get it from Knit Picks, is that it comes with this great little booklet from Nancy's Knit Knacks. That's a tongue twister, let me tell you. All about reading a color chart, how to use the color chart, and how to make good choices for your yarn projects so that they actually are appealing to the eye.
That's amazing. Nancy's Knit Knacks is awesome. Did you know the owner of Nancy's Knit Knacks is the mother of Lisa Schroyer?
Oh, really?
Yes, she's Lisa Schroyer's mother. And she's also, so Nancy's Knit Knacks, she's the one, my yarn winder. That's where I got my yarn winder. Everybody asks about that when they watch the cake video. You know, they're like, where'd you get your ball winder? It's from Nancy's Knit Knacks. Like, if you ever have a couple $100 you just want to drop down and just get some really good stuff, you could totally spend that easily at Nancy's Knit Knacks.
Well, you don't need to spend that much money.
I know, but you can.
They have these really cool cards. These are called knit cards. And you'll see it comes on this ring. It's like this huge stack of cards. And it's everything a knitter needs to know. Like, quick reference guide that you can just keep in your bag. Like, for instance, they have a yarn label care guide. I know it's kind of hard to read there, sorry. But so it shows you what all the symbols are, so you know what hand wash is, gentle wash. Everything you would need to know is right on here. So it's got a whole ton of things like long tail cast on. It's got a yarn classification chart and everything else. They also, so this is like the basic, if you want to call it that. They have like an upgrade that you can purchase. This extra card and a wraps per inch tool. I think this is the coolest thing ever. In case you don't know, wraps per inch helps you to figure out what weight of yarn you have. So if I just have this ball of yarn or hunk of yarn really at this point, and I don't have my ball band with it anymore, I have no idea what it is. Okay, I can kind of tell it's a weight 4 and I already know it's a weight 4. But if you didn't know, you can just, you follow the instructions, you put your yarn in here, you wrap it around, and you count how many times the yarn goes around the stick in the inch mark, and that can tell you what weight of yarn you have.
Yep, those are really handy.
Yeah, so that was really great. And then, so that's like an add-on to the knit cards, but you can buy it like as a kit together, or you can buy just the knit cards if you want that. And then they also have an add-on for your needle gauge, excuse me, that has a ruler and needle gauges so that you can stick your needles through and figure out what size they are.
You got all this from Nancy's Knit Knacks?
Yep. Just, well, these things are from Nancy's Knit Knacks.
I didn't even know that. I didn't know that. I was like, wow, like Knit Picks or wherever is sending you all of that? Like,
no, this was Nancy's Knit Knacks over on her website, so go check her out as well.
Yeah, definitely go. I mean, well-crafted stuff, guys. Nancy's Knit Knacks is fantastic. I love, and you know what? They've been so supportive of me in general over the last 10 years. Like, I highly, highly recommend them.
Yeah, they were super great. So we talked about row counters before, and one of the cool things I found were these ablet bracelets.
Oh, those are neat.
And they're wearable abacuses. And so you just put the bracelet on, if I can open it here. Sorry, I had it in the packaging to take pictures so everybody could see what it looked like. But so it's this bracelet. It has a metal closure to it so that you can wear it. And you just slide the beads down as you count. And one column is your ones column. So then you get to 9. And then you would slide all of these back. So that was your 9. And then you would slide over one on the bottom to say, okay, now I did 10 rows. So you can count up to 99 rows with the 2-row bracelet. and then you can count higher because you'll have 3. You can count up to like, I guess, 999 with a 3-row bracelet.
That's cool.
So those are really cool. They have all different colors.
They're pretty too.
What?
They're pretty.
Yeah, they're really pretty. So it's not something like you have to feel like you have to take off if you're not knitting, like the stitch marker necklaces. It's really something you can throw on. I'm going to use this when I travel, because then I don't have to lose things in the car when I'm trying to keep track of stuff. And yeah, you can use paper and pencil, but then you got to put it down, pick it up, make sure your paper doesn't fall down the side of the car, you know.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Or every time you have to stop because your kid drops something on the floor, you know, let's be realistic here. So
stop touching me, stop touching me, stop touching me, stop touching me. He's touching me, Mom. Stop touching me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are really cool. And I was excited about these as well.
Yeah, those are cool. So did they give a discount on those, or what's the deal with those?
I don't think so. I can't remember.
I'll look. You go ahead and pick the next one. I'll look.
Sounds good. Okay.
Oh my gosh, there's so much on this blog.
I know. Have fun finding it all.
I know. I'm like, whoa. Oh my gosh. Oh, you got to pull out the DPNs. Like, I want to know how those work.
Okay, I'm getting there.
Okay.
But so the next one I pulled out are these Happy Crochet hooks. So if you've heard of Happily Hooked magazine, these go along with it. It's kind of a branch off of that. They're polymer clay handles. And let me tell you something. If you don't know how to do polymer clay, it's not easy. I've attempted many times, not from doing handles, but trying to make jewelry with polymer clay. And I shouldn't say it's not easy. It can be very tedious work. And I mean, look at this hook. That is all done. Like, so these spirals, if you can see them, so they literally start with like clay, probably like this big, and they've spiraled it together, and then they get it down to like this teeny little size by rolling it down and down and down and compressing it into sizes, and then they cut it into sheets to put on their hooks. I mean, this is true artistry. You know, it's not something that you can just pick up and say, hey, I'm going to make one of these today. Like, this is a true talent.
Wow.
This one, I have no idea how they did. It's hard to see, but like you can see like the spirals here, and it looks like it would be textured, but this is completely smooth. So I don't know what they do to it to put it on the outside, but this is completely smooth. But I mean, look at like the gradients in the colors, and there's sparkle in it, and it's just amazing.
Cool. That is cool.
And these are on Susan Bates hooks, but they also do it on boy hooks. And these have like a full covering on it, but they also do a smaller covering it where the finger rest is still showing. But this is what they decided to send me, and I love them. And I'm going to only crochet projects that use an L or an I sized hook. So please don't design anything other than those 2 sizes.
All right. I love that. That is amazing.
Yeah, those are really cool.
Oh my gosh, those are so cool. I'm amazed that that one you said is not actually, like, it's not textured. It's smooth. It totally looks textured.
Nope. I thought it was going to be too, but it's completely smooth.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's really cool. And you can pick up your subscription of Happily Hooked magazine there too. They have digital and print versions of that magazine with some great designers over there.
That's so cool. Hey, just a little side note while you're getting ready with the next one. If you buy Chic Sheep yarn, you can also get the Allure fiber wash and give those as a gift to somebody, because that would be a really good gift.
Well, okay, since you're going to bring that up, let me just jump here then instead. Erin Lane Bags.
Oh, we love Lindsay.
Podcast and everything else. This is one of her newer project bags. It has a little like carabiner on it, so you can clip it on to.
I don't even have that bag. How did you get that bag?
Because I'm special.
Oh, all right. Girlfriend and I are going to have to go chat. I'm going to call Lindsay up. I should call Lindsay up while we're on the phone. She'll be like, hey, girl.
This is the cool sheeple pattern. And then on the back, I thought it was super cute. You've got like the little sheeple poking through, peeking out. But yeah, so get a project bag, some yarn, get the Allure fiber wash, which you're going to need if you're getting Chic Sheep. But that would be a great project altogether. Grab some hooks, grab some needles, and you've got it all together.
I'm totally texting her right now.
Oh,
like,
and
I'm not even joking. She has free shipping. Oh, free shipping. For Marley Bird people?
Yes, you have to look on the post for the code free shipping on all your bags.
All right. I'm totally asking her where my dice bag is. I literally am right now. Like,
Yes, the dice bag. That's what it was called.
The dice bag.
Thank you.
And it doesn't, I want to reiterate it, like you can choose any fabric you want.
Yes.
I just posted the video yesterday of the sweater bag. Like I'm trying to show people, you know, hey, here's some other products without, you know, and here's how you can use them with Red Heart. And
right.
I did want to just really make sure people knew that, you know, she has other fabrics than just sheeple, but then she has other sheeple fabrics. Like there's a ton of fabrics out there. And actually, she even does special custom orders. If you buy the fabric and send it to her, she'll make the bag. It's no cheaper. Like, yeah, it's, you know, it costs you more because you're buying the fabric and you're still paying for the full price of the bag.
Right.
But you can have like your own fabric if you want.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I'm asking her.
Okay.
You go.
So this is what Marley has been waiting for. These are called curved DPNs. Yes, you heard me right. They are DPNs that are curved. And these are from a company called Miko. And they are actually from Germany. And you can buy them off their website or you can buy them in some like local yarn stores. But the cool thing about these, they come in all different sizes. They have a bunch of different colors. I don't know if the color is associated with a size or exactly how that works. You'd have to figure it out based off of what you wanted. But the cool thing about this is you only ever need 3 needles. And the theory is because you have 2 needles like this with your project on it, and then you have your 3rd needle, which is knitting the stitches off to take the replacement of one of these. And you only need 2 to hold your stitches because this is kind of almost like 2 DPN.
So it's like knitting with 2 circulars at one time.
Right.
Got it.
Because it helps keep your stitches on rather than them falling off with traditional straight DPNs. And I am so excited because DPNs and I do not usually get along. I lose stitches off my DPNs. They're just not long enough for me, but yet I don't want them longer because you can't function with them. But so I'm so excited to try these out. But so they have all different sizes. You can see they come like this in a nice little bag. And then they ship out, but they've got sock sizes too.
Those are cool. Now, see, I'm not afraid of DPNs. I love me some good DPNs. Like, honestly, DPNs are one of the reasons I want to learn to knit because they just look so cool. Because it's all about looking cool, right?
Well, they do look cool, but when you drop your stitches off of them, then they're not so cool anymore. So I'm excited to give these a try and see how different it makes an experience for me to be able to do the projects I want that require a DPN, but without using a traditional DPN.
I get you. I get you. All right. All right. This is so cool. So I'm curious, those of you out there, are you excited so far? Like, are you finding things that you didn't know existed? Are you thinking, oh my gosh, I must have that? Like, I didn't know that was in the world and now I must have that. I'm like dying to know what you think. Leave me a message here on YouTube. Leave me or not a message, leave a comment here on YouTube. Leave a comment on Facebook. Let me know what's getting you all revved up so far. That's getting you excited. And I'll just have you know, I contacted Lindsay so that you're up to date on what's going on. Contacted Lindsay and I said, hey, you want to come on the live stream with Katelyn and I got to talk to you. And she's like, okay, give me 5 minutes. So she's going to join us and we're going to ask her live on air. Well, I don't have a dice bag. So we'll have her join us here. And then I will get down to the bottom of this, but I know you have even more stuff going on. Let's see. Well, just take a breather real quick. Do you have to take a drink or anything? You've been talking a lot. You're good. So some people they're so excited. Lizette is like, dear Santa, I want it all. Patricia, she says, love all the cool stuff. She's gonna go shopping now. Shauna says, super easy to use, just take some getting used to. So she must be talking about those DPNs. She must have them. Let's see here. There are people here from all over the world that are checking out there. Somebody's like, I'll be back. I'll be over at the blog. And so somebody said they need to get an Ot light. Let's see here. It says Merry Christmas to all. And it says there's wonderful gifts here. Oh my gosh. They said one person, let's see, Kimmy Not says, I need the row counter bracelet and the DPNs. So they're all over that. It's so cool. And then Aurelia says, what's the code for the leather bracelet? She's loving this episode. Any information for anything that we're mentioning today will be over on the blog. I don't want to say things out loud on the video because I could totally mess it up. And then you guys will be like, but Marley said, Katelyn did a really good job on the blog post, putting all the details as far as, you know, what's a possible giveaway for free. with lights, everybody. Blocking wires, everybody. Which things have coupons? Which items are just, you know, hey, this is a really great gift. You should go check it out. It's just really, really fun stuff. And then we've got Lindsay from Erin Lane Bags coming on the show here in just a couple minutes. And we're going to talk a little bit to her too about more of those bags. But in the meantime, Katelyn, you ready?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to click on you, and here we go.
Before we jump back into the few items that are left, please, please, please head over to the blog, click through, go to these people's websites.
Thank you.
Because, you know, even if you don't end up making a purchase, what it does is it says, I saw you through Marley Bird. I'm interested in your product. Thank you for kind of showing me. Head to their Facebook pages, like them on Facebook, you know, subscribe to their things too, because without these companies, we're not going to be having other cool things come out. I mean, these are unique products that you're not going to find in your Michaels and Joann's and stuff like that. These are truly artisans making products for people who get it, like that want these special things.
Yes. So. Very good point there, Katelyn. Very good point.
Oh, thanks. I try. Okay, so next on my list is, this is for knit and crochet items, but it's also just for kind of everyday life. So when you wear a sweater or whatever, where your body rubs, like under your armpits, at your sides, things like that, pilling can happen. And basically pilling is just when the fabric starts to, or no, the fabric, the yarn, threads, whatever, start to loosen up a little bit, and then they kind of clump together. And so you want to remove the pilling so that you don't have those bumpy spots. A lot of times people use a sweater shaver, but that can be tricky because you can actually cut holes into your sweater if you're not really careful, or cut your fingers too. So I found this awesome product. This is called the Gleaner, and this is their travel size. So they actually have like one with a handle that you can use like for every day, but this is their travel size, and it comes in this really cute little bag with a drawstring so you can take it with you. And so it uses this like mesh grate to it, and you just rub it over your sweater and that pulls out the pills rather than using a razor blade on your project.
Cool. That's cool.
So that's a definite must have. And again, this is an idea for people that don't just knit and crochet, for
travelers, business travelers
who travels, or your moms, your dads, your cousins. Everybody.
You always want to be careful how often you do use items like that though, because you are pulling off the fibers.
Yes. Yes. So you don't want to do it like every day, but once you start seeing like a big buildup, then go in and do it very gently, and you can kind of clean it up a little bit.
Right.
Okay, so Red Heart, if you haven't seen the post, I did a photo tutorial about using Pom Pom Makers. Pom Pom Makers are so hot right now, adding them to the top of your hats, making jewelry out of them, making wreaths out of them, everything. Package toppers, go check out the tutorial I did. Wrap your Christmas presents with the Pom Pom topper to them. Again, all in the blog, go check it out. But so these are the Susan Bates Pom Pom Makers. So they come with 4 different sizes and an instruction packet, and we are giving away 3 of these to people. So head over to the blog, enter to win this, and there's a coupon code too. You can purchase these on the Red Heart website with the coupon code that is listed. So that is really cool from them. And just to kind of throw it out there, since we've talked about hooks and stuff like that, over at Red Heart's website, you can also find stuff like this.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, this is really cool. These are jumbo wood crochet hooks and knitting needles. Also great stocking stuffers that you can use with the jumbo yarns that are now out there, like the roving yarns.
Irresistible. Red Heart
Irresistible, that's it. Which is a really nice yarn because it's not like the unspun roving, it's slightly spun, so it helps it kind of stay together better.
Yeah.
But also something to consider, get them a ball of yarn, get them this. You know how
those are awesome. I know my friends come over that are only crocheters, and they'll see those knitting needles. They're like, what in the world? Yeah. You know, like, what is happening? Yeah. And then I did the video for the big chunky blanket. I can think of Wonderful blanket. Yes. I can't remember what it was called, but I did that video with my mom, and my mom loved the big needles. Like, she was all about it. She was like, this is great. Instant gratification. It was exactly what she wanted. Like, she loved every minute of that.
Yeah. No, they're really cool. Sorry, I'm just pulling out the last of the stuff over here.
That's all right.
I think this is everything. Oh, wait, what's in this? Oh, no. Okay, we're almost done, guys. I mean, not that you want it to end. I mean, we all love all this stuff. But anyway, so Yarn Valet is another great company. Now, this you can buy in Michael's as well as online. They, again, are an Amazon-only company, so please use our link if you don't mind. You know, shows them that you came from us.
Yep.
And there's a coupon code for these as well, but you have to use our link and the coupon code. So Yarn Valet is this company, and these are their yarn keys. This is kind of like what I showed you with Clover, that you hook this key part onto your yarn, and then here you can stick in the ball band so you don't lose it. You can see the picture there, or any kind of notes. You always have it with your yarn if the ball band falls off. They also have these cool things that are called Stitcher's GPS. Sorry, you made me stop talking and now I'm going to get a dry throat.
Oh, sorry. I sure blame me.
Yes. And what these are stickers that you can put onto your pattern. Oops, I just ripped the bag. And they're removable. So there's like dots, there's lines, there's check marks, there's rulers, there's all kinds of stuff that you can do, and they're removable so that you can put them on your pattern and slide it up and down as you go so you can keep track. Now, they also have, not included in the coupon code, but they have some other products. They have a yarn bowl, they have a manual ball winder thing, and I forget what it's called, but I love it. You put your yarn ball on it and it spins around so you can pull it from the outside. Love it. Greatest, coolest thing ever. So check out the rest of their products too. Great company.
Cool.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of their stuff lately on Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah, it keeps popping up on my Instagram feed.
Yeah, and just side note about their yarn bowl. I know that's not part of our roundup, but I love it because the yarn bowls that I've had in the past. Uh-oh, did something just happen?
Oh, I clicked something. Sorry, it was me.
That's right. I was like
trying to make it where it went back and forth, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. Sorry.
I don't know. Anyway, their yarn bowls are really cool because the yarn can't come out of it. It's like a clip-in. It's hard to explain, but check it out. You're gonna love it.
Okay. And they're coming on the podcast soon, right?
Yes, in January.
Okay. Awesome. So you'll be able to hear more.
To sign up for the newsletter so that you know when they're going to be on the podcast, because we're going to be listing the podcast guests coming up. So
perfect.
Okay. The next company I have is All This Wood, and look at this.
Oh wow!
These are wooden buttons that they, I guess, engrave different patterns on, and this is their snowflake collection buttons. They have all different buttons on there. Just beautiful ways to embellish your projects. Cool thing about them, they also make these handmade tags. So they have wooden ones. And they have cork that you could sew into your project.
See, I just got cork ones with Marley Bird.
Yeah, well, these just say handmade on them, but you can get your logo put on them as well.
You know, look, here, let me see me click my picture. Look, see?
Yeah.
Aren't those cool?
Yeah, they do that size too. And then all you do is you fold it over like this, and then your project would go like, if this is your project, you fold it over like this and then sew it on.
Yeah, that's so cool.
So
I love it. I love it. Those are cool. Is that an Etsy shop?
This is an Etsy shop. Yep.
Very cool.
Yep.
Very cool.
So.
Well, Katelyn, we're joined here by a wonderful guest who I have a bone to pick with, because apparently Miss Katelyn got herself a bag that I don't even have. And she's showing off this bag, and I'm like, wait. What is this dice bag? I don't know anything about this dice bag. And so I said, I'm going to call Lindsay right now. And so I did. I text Lindsay immediately. And Lindsay, you're on.
Sorry, my internet's being worked on, and so it's really glitchy. Sorry, that's on me. They're putting fiber in outside, so basically my house is a giant mud pit, which is awesome. Yeah, I really enjoyed the ditch witch in the yard for the holidays for Thanksgiving. Yay. It was great. The dice bag is actually not It wasn't an Erin Lane product. It was actually something I made for Dave because my husband has an exorbitantly large number of dice because that's a thing. And he was like, my dice are always falling out. And I was like, here, I'll stick a zipper on a bag. So I took the mini, which like no one wanted anymore, which was fine. Like I just had a million of them. So I was like, well, we won't make this anymore. Wrapped a zipper on it. And everybody got really excited about it. And then one night at a live sale on Facebook, everybody was like, Dave said something about dice bags. And they were like, let's do the dice bags. And so, well, because I use one on my book bag when I travel, I use one for all of my like cords and stuff. So like all the charges and everything are really easily, because like got a carabiner on it, you can snap it on the outside of a bag that you've already got. Like, well, that's, you know, that's what I use it for. And all of my ladies were like, I have to have that. I have to have that. I have to have that. And I was like, oh, so that's a thing. Okay. And so actually Katelyn has the only sheeple dice bag made in existence right now. I have them all cut out. They're all ready to go, but I have just had a week of Mondays and have not gotten anything that I need to get done this week, like at all. Even though I'm working like 12 and 14-hour days, it's just like, nope, not getting it done. So it's just been a week of Mondays. And so I'm really glad that I made that bag really early and got it off to her because otherwise I would not have made it. So yeah, that's kind of what was going on with that. And so you don't have one because the only ones I have left, and I like other than the sheeple ones that are cut out right now, I have Star Wars themed dice bags, and that is all. Like that is all I have on the website is Star Wars and sheeple. That is all.
That is hilarious. That is maybe we should come up with the Marley Bird dice bag because apparently it's a thing.
It is a thing. I will say, you know, somebody else used it for, and I thought this was really smart. It actually made me think of you. Dave took him to a convention, a gaming convention. All the women at the convention bought two, one for dice and one for their makeup.
Oh yeah. Because
they're washable on the inside. You know, you can wash them so your makeup doesn't get dirty. So, because you could, I know that, you know, you have like 9 million lipsticks. That's why
I really do.
I know.
I just bought some more. Look, it's, I mean, totally. I mean, this is total squirrel moment, by the way. But see, I just bought 2 more. They're so nice. Anyways, I like them too. So anyways, that's why I was like, I'm going to contact Lindsay. She's going to come on. We're going to find out why I don't have one of these bags that she's talking about. And so, yeah, so here you are. And I'll let you go ahead and tell the audience that they have a special discount if they are Marley Bird fans.
They do indeed. So we're offering a coupon code for Marley Birds fans that is free shipping through the 24th. And I'm pretty sure I remember the code.
It's on the blog. They can get it on the blog post. Just tell them anything that we're unsure about, we're like, go to the blog because we don't want to get in trouble.
Like, Katelyn emailed me what I feel like is forever ago, but it was probably like 10 days ago, and was like, hey, and I was like, oh, okay, great. And I sat down and did it right then so I wouldn't forget. And now I don't remember what it is.
Yeah, that's my life, right? That's totally my life. I'm right there with you. I love how you describe it as a week full of Mondays. That's so great. So yeah. Katelyn, look at you, lucky duck, with the only freaking sock bag sheeple out there.
Yeah, and how cool is that it's my first Erin Lane bag too, so.
Oh, it's so cool. So Lindsay, I know people are going to ask then if that's the only one that's out there, and then there's the Star Wars one, and you said a couple sheeple. What are, if people want a different fabric or anything like that before Christmas, are you doing custom orders? Can they make a request? Like, how does that work?
So you can make a request for fabrics that we have on the website. And if we have any more of those fabrics, we can make them up. If you have like a fabric that you are in love with that you own personally and you would like a dice bag made out of that, you can mail it to us, but I cannot guarantee that for the holidays because all of the technology hates me right now.
Yeah.
But we are making up a whole bunch of dice bags. We're going to have a whole bunch of the sheeple dice bags made up in fabrics that you see on the website, and then new sheeple fabrics that only came in last week. So I don't have the tiles for those up yet, but so we're going to have a bunch of sheeple dice bags. We will be doing a live sale on the 9th, which is kicking off our 12 days of Hankmas. Our little mascot Hank is doing 12 days of Hankmas. And so our live sale will start that, and we'll have a bunch of the dice bags on there. And And then also we will have Holiday Larry.
Awesome. A holiday Larry. I love Larry. Larry's the black sheep, everybody.
Yeah.
Lindsay, yesterday I put out the video you and I did for the sweater bag, and a couple of comments we got were that they were already sold out. So are they only, let me try this one more time. Are customers only able to request specific fabric for dice bags, or can they request that for all bags? So if they wanted to get, say, a sweater bag or the 2-for bag, which is my absolute favorite, not absolutely favorite, you know what I mean? Can they do that?
Yeah, they can. I actually, I am waiting on the UPS man to actually deliver all of my, like, I'm out of mailers. Like I can't put a bag in a bag and put a sticker on it. And so I'm just like, I have all these orders. I didn't know they were sold out. Like apparently that happened and I saw that message and I was like, no, they're not. Oh, maybe they are. So I'm making more. I have some cuts, and I have some off with my helper. He's working on those and they should be ready by Friday. And then, I'm going to try to make some more. And again, this is like all of the things I have to do. So they can request them. A lot of times if I have any of the fabric that's left, like I'll have remnants of some fabrics and I might be able to like squeeze one out. So you can always send an email and I might be able to do that. But it really depends on what I have on hand. But they can request. It just, if I don't have any of the fabric, obviously I can't, like make that happen. I would love to.
Cool. The last question I have is this, because somebody asked me, are you going to do any sort of like a shop update before Christmas, or what's there is there?
No, we will be doing a shop update before Christmas. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be doing a shop update before Christmas. I'm just waiting for, again, the stupid mailers. If they could get here and I could pack everything up, then I can reconcile my inventory to make sure that I've got everything right.
Gotcha.
I'm very nervous about that at the holidays. I don't want to oversell something. So once everything is out the door, everything's packed up and out the door, then I can reconcile inventory and we'll do an update probably depending on when the mailers get here, either tonight or tomorrow morning. And then, or if they get here at like 10:30, because my UPS man delivers things at 10:30 at night, because that's a thing, then it might be tomorrow afternoon. And then we'll do one again the following week after the live sale again. Cool. So we will have at least 2 more, hopefully more than that. Hopefully I'll be able to update it every week between now and the holidays because I'm sewing like a fiend. So, well, not this week, but normally.
That's so awesome. So Katelyn, do you like your new Erin Lane bag? And can you see why I've gone gaga over all of her bags?
Yes, I will be adding some more to my Christmas list.
Fantastic. Speaking of Christmas list, this is an amazing list, Katelyn. You've done such a good job. We've talked about all the pieces, right?
No.
Oh, we haven't?
No.
Seriously, there's more?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Linz, do you want to stick around or do you want to head out?
Yeah, there's only a couple more though. So we talked about stitch markers already, but here's this other company. They're also an Etsy shop. It's called A Needle Runs Through It, and they do wooden stitch markers. I mean, look at those. Aren't those just like
those are precious.
So this is like the yarn related one with like a sweater, the yarn ball, the sock and everything. She has 2 sets of Christmas ones. She's got all other ones. And then you can get some like this. This says, "All you knit is love."
Oh, so cute.
That's cute. So she has a lot of cool things, and they're super light. So you're not even going to know they're there. They're really great. So I really liked those. Coming down to the end of our stuff, I found this really awesome company on Etsy. They're called Bittersweet, and they make handmade stamps.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And I thought these were amazing to make your own tags to put with your items to say it's handmade, this is how you take care of it, or whatever else. So it's just a rubber stamp. It comes on the wood, has the, I guess, rubber something, I don't know what it is on it. So
it's polymer.
Yeah, an ink pad to stamp it and then clean it off. And then, so this one says 100% handmade. This one says made with love. And this one is hand knitted. I like
cool.
And then they had a little handmade one too.
I love that.
Those are cute.
So, and they have all different ones. They have like a teacher gift set that they sent us, like in case you wanted to make something for your kid's teacher, you can make them a scarf or whatever.
A mini candy basket.
What?
They could make them a mini candy basket.
Yes, yes, a mini candy basket for
There's a
under
video
desk.
tutorial for it and everything.
Yeah, and then like this is
Oh,
their
that's
one of their
so
teacher
cute.
sets, so it comes with the ink pad and a bunch of different stamps that they could use for teaching. So
Oh
like
my God.
packaging this with that.
As a former teacher,
yeah, I was
as
just
a
gonna
former
ask you.
teacher, that is something that she would use. I can tell you that now. Like finding a cute, like good job stamp is a lot harder than you think it is.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh my gosh, that is so cool.
Yep. Okay, so we've got two more
All right.
on the list. Well, kind of two more companies, I'll say that. So Coco Knits is this really cute little company that I found. And so they have this really awesome thing that I wanted to have in the roundup, but of course they're in transition of the product to getting a new version of it. It's like this little square metal piece that you wear as a bracelet, and then you can put like your stitch markers on it so you don't lose them. So they said, how about we send you some other cool goodies? And I said, okay. So they sent me this, and these are foam end stops for your knitting needles so your stitches don't fall off. And they come in a variety of different sizes. This is the color version. And then they also have a black, white, and gray kit as well. They have this really cool tool, which I think I know how to use, but I haven't used one yet. It's one of the double-ended stitch fixer crochet hooks, so that when you have to drop a stitch in knitting, you can ladder it back up really easily and you don't have to keep readjusting with a crochet hook. So that was really awesome. And it's a small size, so it really does fit well into your like notions bag.
Yep.
They also sent me this natural fiber bag, which you're supposed to put your yarn in here and then you stick it inside of your project bag, so that if you don't have something like a twofer with two pockets, you put this in with one yarn and then your other yarn next to it, and then it keeps them from getting all tangled up. But it's like a natural breathable thing, so you can turn any bag into a twofer bag.
I look at that and I think of a swimsuit. I like. I know this is funny. So I have Mexico on the brain, right? Because I go to Mexico next week. But I look at that, I'm like, oh, it has holes. I could totally like put like a, you know, when you get done, you put your swimsuit in it when you're done. You could just so that it, I don't know. I know squirrel. Sorry, like total squirrel. Katelyn froze, so I'm gonna click over here to you, Lindsay. So you're live. Hey, Lindsay. Hey. So
is the Mexico trip just like vacation time?
His vacation time. It's family
for you.
Yeah. And Katelyn and Brittany are freaking out just a little bit because they're like, we have all this stuff we need to do. And I said, okay, y'all, if you want to do these video live streams every day for the month of December, whether it's a discussion like this or a quick tutorial, whatever it may be, I'm like, I'm not doing that in Mexico, so you guys are gonna have to do it. So they might be on here doing something fun. Who knows?
That would be so cool.
I think so too. So Katelyn is still frozen. So I'm wondering if I should eject her and then if she can call back in. So Ollie, are you sure you want to eject Katelyn from this video phone call? It feels so bad, but
sounds so bad. Like,
I know I did. I ejected her. Hopefully she will call back in. Brittany's listening. So Brittany, tell Katelyn to call back in and maybe it won't be frozen.
It's so wonderful to have a Brittany.
It's so wonderful to have a Brittany. Brittany and Katelyn are just totally making it so that my entire like business just runs. So yeah, going to Mexico, and it's a vacation for the family and it'll be a lot of fun. But in the meantime, I'm working my little tushy off, trying to get all the videos done for all the knitters and crocheters, trying to do quick projects because I know that as the holidays get closer, like we need like more fast projects. That's what I'm working on now. Is I'm designing a flat hat so that you would seam it up, just a garter stitch, something basic that even like maybe a beginner knitter could just whip up and make for somebody in their life. And of course, I'm going to add pom poms because pom poms are like, they are the thing right now.
Oh my gosh, I love pom poms. You don't have to be like. I mean, I sent you a whole article about pom poms. Like, please.
They're fantastic. They're so great. Do you so I have a question for you. When you are in the studio and stuff, do you ever just, so like for me, I mean, shocker, I have squirrel moments all the time, but I'll be working on something and I'm just like, you know what? I kind of want to like see if this would work, and I'll try and design something else just like on the fly. Does the same thing happen for you when you're like sewing? It's like, does the brain work the same way?
It does. So actually, there's actually brain science behind this. So like, I'm putting on my nerd hat real quick. Okay. So, sorry, teacher brain. Like this is things that we learned as teachers. So when I'm sewing, it's like knitting. It's a repetitive, methodical motion. So I do the same thing thousands of times a day. Now, when you're knitting, obviously it's here, but when you're sewing, you know, like you know. But so when you can do that, and it basically is all muscle memory. What happens is that you're for lack of a better term, your adaptive brain, the one that is the thing that you have to focus with, can turn off. So like you can knit that hat without even thinking, like you don't even have to look at it because your hands know what to do.
Right.
So when that happens, your limbic brain, which is your lizard brain, you know, like when you get in an elevator, you're like, that guy's creepy, and you don't know why. That's your lizard brain trying to protect you. Your limbic system kicks in, and that's what takes over. So that frees up, like I like to think of it like a computer. Think about like closing down all of the browser tabs and starting over with just one. It's a lot faster. So it's like you shut down all the browser tabs and you can start again. So you can start opening those browser tabs again. So then your brain can do new things. So almost all of the designing I do is behind the sewing machine. Because like if I'm cutting fabric, I have to do math. That takes all of my CPU space. like all the math, all the time, all the CPU space. Like we are at 100%.
So true, man. So true.
So when I can just sit down and it's just like, okay, I'm doing this step, and it's just hundreds of that seam. That's when my brain's like, well, what if we did this? Like, and I like to think of it, and Dave actually jokes. Have you ever seen the movie Stranger Than Fiction with Will Ferrell?
Mm-mm.
Okay, you need to watch that movie because it's beautiful. Like you'll cry. Be prepared. But it's beautiful. It's beautiful, and you need to watch it. But so he's an IRS auditing agent. Okay. And like he's definitely, I'm not sure if in my like teacher brain, he's probably got Asperger's. Like he can do math, like crazy intense math. And so like in the movie, people ask him these questions and you see his brain work. So like this little thing pops out beside his brain, and it's like a chart that he's like filling in, and you see how his brain works to get to the answer. And I'll be talking to Dave about something, and then I'll just go like, and I'll look off into the corner, and Dave goes, that thing's popping outside of your head again, isn't it? And I'm like, yes. Cause like I'm looking at it in my head. And so like, if there was a person like programming my life, there would be like a little screen here showing you what my brain is doing. So that's what I'll do. And so that's where most of my design comes from. And then like, I keep a notebook beside my, like it's on my ironing board, and I keep a notebook and a pen handy so that I can, you know, write down my idea. So that when I get a chance, I can try like a prototype. Or the other thing that I like to do is to just stop what I'm doing and try a prototype, which is not a good idea. But also something that I do. So there's that.
You said do.
I did.
You said do.
I
am sorry. I have a 13-year-old boy. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah, I know. So that was so that's kind of the science behind your brain when you're like, I'm working on this thing. Oh, squirrel. It's because you're actually not using that part of your brain. So that's why. Does it make sense?
Yeah, that's fascinating. I had never heard that before. Yes. That's really, it totally makes sense though, that's the way it would happen. Hey, Katelyn's back.
Yay.
I'm sorry, girlfriend. Sorry, I think that when I had to eject you, because I ejected you thinking, okay, then that would free you up to call back in. But maybe that blocked you from being able to call back in, because we had to call in a different way. So that might be what happened.
Maybe. Got it. Okay.
All right, cool.
Okay. So the last thing from the Coco Knits are these really cool stitch holders. And so basically what it is it's this piece of leather. It's a cording. And then you get these two tips with it. I guess I don't know what else to call them. And you take your tips and you just stick your leather inside of it. And then that's what you use. You got to kind of fiddle with it to get it in there because, you know, the hole's tight. But then you just run that through your stitches so that you can hold your live stitches. And it comes in 2 different lengths. Like this one is super duper long and this one is just long type of thing. I don't know. The exact measurements are on their website. But I thought those are really cool too. So again, just a little upgrade from just grabbing a scrap piece of yarn. You know, when somebody's looking for something to give you, that's something cool that, you know, you don't normally have. So
that would be a great thing for if you're knitting lace as a lifeline.
Yes.
Like that was my thought. Like that'd be a great lifeline because it's sturdy.
Yep. Very sturdy. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Go check them out. Coco Knits. Again, all in the blog post. So the last thing I think, pretty sure, that I have is this awesome company called Shenanigans. And side note, they're going to be on the podcast in March, so make sure you sign up for the newsletter so you know what date they're coming on, and be sure to watch us. But so they hand make wooden tools. And so like they sent this one, which is a broomstick lace tool. And the cool thing about this, rather than just using like a really thick knitting needle, is it has this little groove, if you can see that. And so when you put the stitches on your large knitting needle to make the broomstick lace, it can be hard to get them back off again. But with this groove, your crochet hook actually fits in there to be able to work those stitches off and continue in the lace pattern. So, and this is handmade, like when you order it. It's not like pre-made or anything like that. They get made when you order it. So unfortunately, they said that these would not be available for Christmas. They just don't have the time with the number of orders. But this past week, they just launched these new products, which they wanted us to share. And this is a crochet caddy. It comes with the tape measure, the tapestry needle, the stitch ripper, the scissors, and a packet of stitch markers that fit right here in this little tray. And then you put your crochet hooks in, which if I turn it this way, you can see this is the deluxe version. So it has like the regular size and the steel crochet hook section, but you can get it in just half the size. And these are going to be their artisan collection. And so these will be available for Christmas delivery if you're interested in these. So go over and check them out. They're adding a couple new products in this artisan collection for the holiday season. So they're a great company. It's called Shenanigans. It'll be on the blog, and they are an Etsy store. It's a husband and wife team, and that's what he does. Is he
that's
carves,
really awesome. Like,
yeah. He does all of this by himself.
Where has that been in like the crochet knitting world?
I don't know.
How has that not been a thing this long?
But see, this is really cool, but you should see the one, there's like a tabletop version that you can sit and you can put your yarn on it and put hooks in it and your notions. I mean, they have some amazing, amazing things. You have to go check them out.
So I just got a message from Marley that her computer just turned itself off. So I was like, what would you want us to do? She's like, just keep going.
Well, that's everything that I had in the roundup. I think we've hit all of the projects or products. So like I said, head over to the blog post. It's the most recent one if you go to Marley Bird blog, and it will go out in the newsletter on Saturday. So if you're not signed up, sign up there. Make sure you sign up for the YouTube channel for Marley Bird so that when videos like this go live, you're notified, because just an FYI, the podcast is going to be moving over to here in 2018 because we had so many issues with Blog Talk Radio. So please make sure you subscribe here so you know, and be sure to check out all of the amazing, amazing companies that are in the blog post. I mean, oh, there she is.
Marley just got back. That was why we were cheering. I saw Marley pop in. Sorry. We're like, she's here.
How weird. My computer, literally everything froze and it just shut down. I was like, what just happened? And then I didn't know if it was live still. And I'm like texting you guys, what's going on?
Okay, but like seriously, Katelyn, you've got to show that little notions thing because Marley didn't see it. The artisan collection, you've got to see this, Marley. I'm sorry. I'm super impressed by it.
Oh, that is so cool. Love it.
Yep. This is the deluxe version or something like that because it has the 2 layers, but you can get it with just the one.
That is cool. That is wicked cool. Very cool. What else did I miss?
I think that was it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you didn't get too far. Sorry about that.
That's it then.
I must have too many tabs open in my desktop. You know, shocker. It's just like a direct representation of my brain. All right. So the Knit and Crochet Stocking Stuffer blog post is available over on the marleybird.com blog. You can find a direct link to everybody who donated to the extravaganza. And these were by invitation only, you guys. So we did not go like, hey, who wants to send us stuff? It was specific things that we as a team came together and said, you know, hey, I found this, you know, sort of like Oprah's favorite things, right? I mean, this was sort of our own version of Oprah's favorite things, Marley's favorite things, to pull together and to show you and create your own little Christmas list going on here. So that way you don't have to worry about it. We've done all the work for you, and it's a lot of work. I mean, luckily, Katelyn gets to keep all the goodies, so it's kind of worth it, I would think, you know, just a little bit. But it's pretty cool. You've done a really great job with everything here.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun, a lot of work to pull everything together, get everything, photograph everything, get the blog together. But I'm really hoping that everybody loves it. And we created all the images in the blog post to be pinnable. So you can make a Pinterest board out of the products that you like as kind of like a wish list or an inspiration, a way to share with other people. So we were just trying to think ahead of how you guys could save all the products that you do like.
Very cool. That's perfect. That's perfect. Lindsay, thanks for joining us today and telling us a little bit more about your bags.
Of course, always.
I love that I was able to be like, I'm calling her now. And I'm like, you want to stream? You're like, sure, let me put on some lip gloss.
Yeah, like, I gotta find my lip gloss. Hang on a second. Thanks.
So fun. All right, Katelyn.